Hi guys, my name is Ter and I really like to do 3D modelings, animations, and I like painting and drawing in general. So if you're new around here, hi, nice to meet you and welcome to the team. Today is kind of a big day for me because we are going to start a new journal, a new sketchbook. And this is kind of a big deal for me because it is the third one I'm starting so far. So yeah, hi, hop on board and let's get started. I'm going to start my third sketchbook ever so far in my life. Yeah, I just wanted to take you with me on the journey and let's talk about my previous sketchbooks because I didn't really have an active YouTube channel back then, so let's just talk about my first few books and start a third one together, okay? Yeah, I got my very first sketchbook when I was 14. I bought it with my pocket money. I scribbled all kinds of things into this book. Yeah, I mostly used it for doodles during class, and I'm so sorry for all of my teachers, but that's just what I did. And back then I thought I could concentrate better if I could just keep doodling while the teacher was teaching some stuff. And yeah, it did kind of work, but sometimes I get too focused on the drawing, let's say it this way. And yeah, but it didn't hurt me because 4 years later, shortly before I graduated from high school, I finished up this very first sketchbook. And yeah, on the last page I wrote I treated the last page like some kind of diary entry, wrote a little bit about my expectations for the future. And yeah, that's when I started my second book, which was gifted to me by my parents for my 18th birthday. When I started moving out from home, starting college, this book was with me. It kept me company all the years. It traveled so much with me, as did the first one, of course. 6 years later now, this book is full again. So like I did with the first one, I treated the last page as some kind of diary entry. I think it's really, really kind of a funny story because when I started my second book, this was about the time that I was graduating and starting a new life, moving out from home. And now it's me starting my third book, and I recently started a new job, and if I had not procrastinated as much with starting the new book and overcoming the anxiety of starting a new one and actually doing the thing, it would have aligned perfectly with as of now I already worked my first month on the job and it's going great so far. So yeah, it's about damn time to open up this beauty and get it started. I bought this book, this yellow one, when I was traveling last year to Nuremberg, and I really wanted to keep the tradition of having only green books, but they did not have any green ones. I really tend to not decorate my books on the front page and the cover when I first start them, so we'll see about what the future will bring. Maybe I decide to do some kind of green decorations, so to kind of at least keep the tradition of the green book alive. And yeah, but let's see where this will lead in the future. Since my real first book was just this kind of no-name brand which did not have any extras, I am kind of overwhelmed with this one and the last one, because the last one had little stickers you could use for the pages, but was otherwise really blank, and this one just has numbered pages, which I think I really like, but which I did really not expect. So this is a kind of nice surprise for me. What also surprised me was that the first few pages are already reserved for the chapters that you plan to do in this book. This video is definitely not sponsored, but now I can really see why Leuchtturm is so famous and so popular in the artist community. On the last page it also had this page with guidelines you could use for drawings or writings, which is really nice to have, but I most likely will not use, but let's keep it in anyway. And what I really, really love is when books have this little kind of pocket on the last page where you could just put in any little business cards or little drawings that don't have any place yet, where you can just put in all those little treasures that you find on the way and maybe give them a permanent home later on. This has been a quick tour of the book so far. There's already some kind of write your name here kind of thing printed in, so that's where I wrote my name. And what I also do is I write in the date when I first started this book, and when I finish this book, hopefully eventually in a few years time, I will write in the date where I finished it and do the same thing with the book I will start next. as I did with all of the other books before and all of the ones that will follow in the future. What I also do is some kind of travel log, because I really treat my books as kind of companions. They accompany me anywhere I go. So I already did this with the last 2 books. I reserved one of the first few pages for just writing down all of the places I took this book, and so far I have only written in the location where I and the book went. But for this book I really plan to not only write down the location, but also write the location and the date, to make it easier to remember where and when I have been. Okay, what I also really like to do is just write in some kind of inspirational quote that is important to me at this moment. For example, in this book I'm writing, "May you receive peace, may you give peace, and may you be peace." It is a little cumbersome to say out loud, but I really find it very inspirational to... It's going to be peace all around, peace on earth, okay. That's what we're going for. Okay, I have some ideas to get started with the first few pages, but because they are some kind of personal to me, I will do this off camera, but I will share my ideas with you in another video. So if you want to, it should be up in a few days. You could just go over there. I will put a link in the comments or in the description down below. You could just go over there and find some inspiration. Thank you for joining me in unpacking and getting started with this book. May you receive peace, and may you bring peace, and may you be peace. Bye.